Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. It is Sunday morning. I am Megan Packer here with a news update. We'll check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi in just a moment, but very busy overnight into the morning today. A few breaking stories we want to get to. There is a developing story right now in Alabama, about 2 hours away from Atlanta, in Dadeville, Alabama. There was a mass shooting last night. This is in Tallapoosa County. At this hour, we know 4 people are dead and several people were injured. It happened around 10:30 last night during, from what we understand, was a Sweet 16 celebration. There are several different agencies investigating this right now, local and state agencies there in Alabama, but also federal agencies. We understand the ATF and the FBI are there offering their assistance. We are expecting to hear a news update from authorities there in Alabama within a little bit. So as we learn more throughout the day, we will keep you updated. But to recap what we know, this is Dadeville, Alabama, Tallapoosa County, about 2 hours away from Atlanta. A mass shooting during a teen birthday party last night. 4 dead and several injured. So we are waiting to learn more from authorities there in Alabama. There was also a mass shooting in Louisville, Kentucky last night, and this is the second mass shooting in that city in less than a week. This one happened at a park. 2 people were killed and 4 were wounded. Investigators understand that there could have been hundreds of people in that park at the time when someone opened fire. They don't know why it happened right now. No word right now on a suspect or any arrests or, again, what led up to this. But we are less than a week since that deadly bank shooting there in Louisville where 5 people were killed and 8 injured. So a very tough week indeed for the folks in Louisville, Kentucky. Here in Georgia, this was big news yesterday. Did you see this video out of the Georgia coast? This was a massive manufacturing plant fire that broke out yesterday morning. This is in Brunswick and Glynn County, and firefighters got this under control last night. Finally, it took hours and pretty scary for the people there in that area yesterday. Maybe you vacation here, maybe you have friends or family here. People were told to evacuate yesterday, and then they were told to shelter in place once that fire reignited. The cause of this is not yet known, but again, from what we are hearing, firefighters were able to put it out overnight, and now the investigation into what exactly happened here at this manufacturing plant continues into the day. On Metro Atlanta highways this weekend, very busy indeed. Officers were out in force, especially in Henry County. Were you driving in that area? Did you see them? Our crew was there with them last night. There was a large multi-agency operation cracking down on drivers in Henry County. It went from Thursday morning to this morning. And the reason is because Henry County has seen a nearly 90% increase in traffic deaths over the last 5 years. So the local agencies there asked the governor's Office of Highway Safety Thunder Task Force to help them out with traffic enforcement. They were out there last night looking for seatbelt, hands-free violators, speed violators, and really anybody breaking the law behind the wheel. 45 people were killed in crashes in Henry County last year. Not only that, but the number of speed-related fatal crashes increased by 100% over a 5-year period. So you had the local, the state, and the national agencies trying to save lives last night in Henry County. And we should say, just because this operation is officially wrapped up, it does not mean that they are not keeping those eyes on the road. So as always, just be careful when you're out and about driving on Metro Atlanta roadways. All right, it is April, and April is Autism Awareness Month. And yesterday, the Autism Sensory Festival was held in South Fulton. There were obstacle courses, a sand dome, scavenger hunt, a 10-foot slime table, and sensory stimulating giveaways. And parents say this was just a great way to get their children involved, get them out in the community, and have some fun. The Georgia Aquarium is also focusing on sensory inclusivity. They have activities like a sensory room, and the first hour the aquarium is open is considered a sensory-friendly hour. And not only that, but we've got a couple hours left to get out to Six Flags Over Georgia in Cobb County. They are making some adjustments as well to their activities today. A little less excitement, a little less stimulating, just so everybody can get out there and have some fun and be included. and ride the ride. So that's from 11 to 1 today. If you are going outside, we are wondering, what is the weather doing today? It was beautiful yesterday. Tell us what you did. Did you get out and enjoy it? Did you go to the Dogwood Festival, the Farmers Market? Were you in Athens for G-Day? That was a big day too. So let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi as we take a look at these clouds over Atlanta. Courtney, driving in early this morning, it was just that misty, damp, you had the windshield wipers on, but it's not coming down super hard.
Right.
So are we going to be dealing with that all day?
Yeah, so it's going to be a little gloomy today, that's for sure. We have rain that will come in along a cold front within the next couple of hours. In the meantime, as we wait for that, it is cloudy out there. This is definitely setting the precedent for what will be a little bit of a gloomy day today. And again, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible. I do want to note, we dropped the first alert for today. Thankfully, a lot of the morning rain that could have impacted you early this morning as you were maybe headed to church, headed to run some errands, maybe getting ready to go set up for some of the festivals today. We dropped it because all that rain rolled out very early this morning, kind of moved in quicker. So that's good news. We like when we can drop a first alert. And our severe threat also diminished. If you were tuning in with us yesterday, we were talking about how the threat looked isolated at best, wasn't super impressive, and the Storm Prediction Center kind of caught on to that and ultimately dropped our severe threat today. So between the rain moving out earlier, the severe threat coming to an end and no longer being a factor, we decided today just did not need a first alert, but I would still have an umbrella handy just in case you plan on doing anything this afternoon. So let's talk about, first I'm going to start with this. Something you probably don't want to see is the rain outlook as we head towards the end of the month. This goes from April 21st to the 25th, so beyond the 7-day. We unfortunately look to stay in an unsettled pattern. So this is indicating wetter than average conditions for us here across the southeast. And not only are we in the light green, but we're in a darker shaded green, which means pretty unsettled weather on the way. So we will just continue this pattern. I've had a lot of people say, when are we just going to get a handful of dry days and not have to worry about rain on the weekend? Well, I will say that we are in spring, and this is a rainy and stormy time of year as we have a lot of cold fronts moving through. And so once we head into the summer and all that kind of comes to an end and we all are just nice and settled in the warm weather and the atmosphere has kind of balanced itself out, then we'll get those drier stretches of days. But in the meantime, I like to say this time of year, these cold fronts are like on a conveyor belt and they just keep coming through the area. So you get a few dry days and then the rain and storms return. Now here's a look at our setup. So we do have a cold front on the way. All the rain from earlier today was out ahead of this front. Now the front is starting to push into parts of Alabama and ultimately will move into northwest Georgia in the next half hour or so. High pressure will filter in behind that. That's going to do a couple things for us. It will clear our skies through the evening tonight, and it will also make us very breezy. Expect quite the breezy day today. So today, or right now rather, temperatures are in the mid 60s. For those of you tuning in or maybe watching this a little bit later, this is just before 11 a.m. where we're in the 60s. West-southwest wind of 13 miles per hour. That will eventually shift out of the northwest through the day today. That's when you know the cold front passed through. That will usher in that cooler and drier air. But in the meantime, pretty mild. 68 in Locust Grove, 66 in Monroe, 65 in Canton, and 62 in Carrollton. So over the next couple of hours as we head towards lunchtime, could have a few showers pop up ahead of the front. The front will bring the chance for maybe some heavier pockets of rain, especially north and northwest of Atlanta. Here's 3 o'clock, so if you are headed to the Dogwood Festival, last day of it today, between around 3 and 5 o'clock is, I think, your best chance to experience a quick passing shower. It's not going to rain you out. It's not going to ruin the event, but you definitely should pack an umbrella with you or maybe a raincoat so you're not carrying an umbrella through the park. If you plan on going in the middle of the afternoon, early in the evening, the event wraps up at 6 o'clock. But if you plan on going towards the end, I would just pack a raincoat just in case. And then if you live in parts of Jasper and Putnam County, Morgan, Newton County, live over in Clark County near Athens, as we head into the early evening, that front will impact you. Notice as it heads closer to the coast, naturally, the closer to the water you get, the more moisture you have to work with, especially when wind is coming out of the south. Or at least has some sort of southerly influence. So the front's kind of going to re-explode as it makes its way closer to the eastern coast. So there is a severe threat along the Atlantic coastline and in parts of the Carolinas. Again, we are going to dodge that. But behind this front, we will be cooler and breezy and skies will clear. So here's a look at the Dogwood Festival forecast. Again, for those of you maybe headed out there today, we should stay dry through around 1 o'clock for that with temperatures in the low 70s. It will be breezy. So those 70s might feel a little cool, especially without the abundant sunshine today. And then we'll have the chance for scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder temperature as we head towards 3 to 5 o'clock with temperatures again in the 70s. Here's a look at the wind gusts for today. Again, going to be quite breezy as high pressure filters in behind that cold front. That is essentially a pressure difference. Cold front is lower pressure, high pressure is naturally higher pressure, and pressure differences create wind. There's your science lesson for the day. We'll have wind gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour as we head into the afternoon. So if you are doing anything outdoors, maybe you're having a barbecue, maybe you're celebrating a birthday today with family and doing a backyard barbecue, you just need to be careful. All the paper cups and plates and stuff, they'll be flying around this afternoon if you don't have them secure. So maybe keep them inside and let people go inside to grab their plates before heading outside. And same for vendors with any events today. Make sure the tents are nice and tied down tightly. Tomorrow morning, so as you head out to work and school, don't be off guard. It's going to be chilly tomorrow morning. 40s, low to mid 40s tomorrow. If you're north of Atlanta, you could be in the low 40s tomorrow. And it's also still going to be breezy, so we will have to handle a little bit of a wind chill tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny and mild. We'll have temperatures near 70. Beautiful day tomorrow. Thankfully, we do get a few dry days. We'll stay dry through Thursday. Models are struggling on the end of week rain chance. So some models are favoring Friday, others are favoring Saturday. So we'll keep small rain chances for now with a slightly higher coverage favoring Friday. Both days don't look like a washout right now, but we'll still just keep an eye on them. But just again, another week where we're looking ahead to rain coming in just in time for everyone to kind of relax and take a deep breath after the work week. So I know it's unfortunate. That just kind of seems like the pattern we're stuck in right now. I don't know what it's going to take to get us out of that pattern, but at least right now, it doesn't look like either day is a washout, but we'll be keeping an eye on that. Today, again, spotty showers. That cold front will bring us rain, maybe a few thunderstorms. Could be heavy at times, the rain. It's going to be very breezy this afternoon. We'll stay breezy tomorrow. Lots of sunshine in 70s. We'll go back in the 80s by Wednesday. You'll probably need the jacket through at least Tuesday morning, maybe a light jacket for Wednesday morning. And then we'll have a small chance for showers and storms Friday. A few storms also possible Saturday. Mainly rain, isolated storms Saturday is what it looks like right now. But again, we'll be keeping an eye on the end of the week. Doesn't look again like it's going to completely damper any plans. Overall, pretty nice stretch of days for the work week. So maybe take some days and take your lunch outside this week. I just noticed the sky cam shot and I think it's really beautiful. The sun is trying so hard to battle the clouds today. So we're getting some brightness out there. The clouds have been kind of coming and going, building in and then clearing out a little. That'll be kind of the story of the day, a mix of sun and clouds as they kind of roll on through ahead of our cold front. So enjoy the day. Not going to be a washout, but I would have the umbrella handy just in case. And then we'll look ahead to lots of sunshine to kick off the work and school week. All right, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us and hear your top stories and your forecast. We hope you have a wonderful day. Stay dry today. Again, keep that umbrella tucked away or your raincoat tucked away and maybe the backseat of your car just in case you plan on heading out and about this afternoon. And we will catch you here next time. Make it a safe Sunday.